Welcome back. Dale Myers with Vision Advance. Finish what you start. 7 ways to separate you from the herd and get more done. So, if you're the kind of person that, unfortunately, I was there recently, not too long ago, if you have a bunch of scattered things on your desk in terms of you launched a project, didn't finish, but you moved on to the next step, and then you moved on to the next step without completing the first one or two, and at the end result, you didn't accomplish some things. You in your personal life, you got all these different initiatives, but you know you have not been finishing, you have not been closing the deal, right? If you're, again, a business owner that you jumped in this one, now you're in this one, and but you know in your heart that you are not finishing, I'm going to give you 7 tips to help you finish what you start. Now, again, full disclosure, over the last year, I'd give myself a solid D, maybe. Yeah, I mean, again, being honest, I'm not here to blow smoke at you. I did not launch some key initiatives. I did not finish some things that were important to me, and I had to step back and reflect. And so I have some tips that have helped me get back on the horse to right this ship, and I hope that you'll find them valuable. The first thing is finishing with the right mindset, kind of like why it's important to finish. So if you never finish, you never, of course, needless to say, it stops you from reaching your goals, but it's about you never learn the skills that you need to get to the next level. If you never learn the skills, one of the things is you never develop that finishing mindset, that closing mindset. Mindset is hugely important. And finally, you never become the man, the woman that you're supposed to be, and specifically your future results are in fact solely dependent on who you become. So if you never develop that finishing mindset, you never get the skills, you never become who you meant to be, and I want better for you. All right. So one thing we need to do is say, well, hey, should we even have started this project? Were we doing the right thing? So this is about having a clear destination in mind, and that's one of the first things we're going to talk about. How to finish what you start is really about knowing where you're going. Yeah, you know me, I'm big on vision. Set the vision, right? Is this thing big enough? Is the vision so powerful it's like a magnet that it's pulling you in? So first thing is make sure you have a clear destination in mind, and that is powerful. It's calling you to it, and it's going to push you through. Um, that's kind of, there's a little backstory here. I'll take about 30 seconds and tell you. Because I wasn't finishing, recently I was out jogging and I hurt my leg. That's a crazy story, but I was near the end of a little 3-mile run. I'm not a marathon runner, and I hurt my leg very, very badly. But I was like, no, I'm going to finish. And I made a decision that even if it hurt my leg in the long run, I might have to be hurt for weeks or months, I was going to finish my run because I had a recent history of not being a finisher. And that represented to me the mindset of toughness, pushing through, and I have to finish this. So I hobbled, but I ran up the road, jogged, didn't run, but I made it to my final destination. Again, developing that finishing mindset. But it was also because of what I'm trying to do, the reason I need to finish, my vision is worth it to me, that I knew I had to get back into that mindset. So my goal was big enough. My vision was big enough to help me get there, right? So that's the first step was the big why, having the vision that's going to pull you, right? The second one is, okay, now I got the vision. What's the plan? The plan for your resources. Plan and prioritize. What's most important, right? Don't go to number 5 if number 1, the most important thing, is not going, you hadn't done that yet. So plan and prioritize all of your resources, your money, your people. Who do you need to be in contact with? So plan and prioritize all of your resources. Number 3, be realistic about your plan. Be realistic. All right. Give yourself time to get better, but you put in the checkpoints along the way, because we do have to measure our success. Be realistic, but be affirming. So I had to, again, psychology, speak to myself to say, today I'm a finisher. I'm a finisher, right? So affirm yourself. And then along the way, reward yourself with small victories. Pat yourself on the back. It is perfectly fine and is necessary. All right. Number 4, this is a doozy. Don't give in to perfection and procrastination. Now, we've talked in several videos about how perfection is often a disguise for, or the perfectionism. The I gotta have it perfect. I gotta have it perfect is often a disguise for procrastination. So there are no perfect products or services. Ship it when you know that you can affect the lives of those people you are trying to help. Okay, so don't let that stop you. Number 5, take this big, huge task and break it into small chunks. So this is about the planning part. This is sort of tied into the planning. When you're planning, break it down into small, manageable tasks. Eat that elephant one bite at a time. Okay. Now, again, the priorities come into play there, of course. So number 6, rest as need be. This one is important. Get yourself some rest. I know you're stressed. I know you feel like you have a million things to do, but this is a planning. If you spend 10 minutes of planning every day, you'll save yourself probably an hour or two in productive time every day. It takes about 10 minutes. You shouldn't be spending more than about 10 minutes to plan your day. It really doesn't take that. Okay. So, but if you plan, you'll find out you actually have time to rest. Rest is necessary. It's a reason why in the offices of all the Fortune 500, top 100 CEOs, they also have a sofa bed or futon or something so that the CEOs can rest. When you're building something special for the world like you are, you gotta rest that brain, all right? That's when we grow. Just like our muscles, if you exercise, lifting weights, whatever you're doing, you actually grow when you're at rest. Well, same thing with our minds, all right? So we need that. And number 7, just simply commit to getting it done. This is the grit and mental toughness part. Make the commitment that what you're trying to do, the people you are trying to serve, they are worth it. You are worth it. The future children, community, whomever you are trying to affect change in, because as vision shapers, this is what we do. We affect change on the world. Um, they're worth it. So to quickly recap, let me go back to my top here, bear with me. Number 1 was always, it's the vision. And I'm going to do a couple more videos about that coming up because you can never do that too much. Number 2, plan and prioritize your key resources. Number 3, be realistic, affirming, and cherish the small victories. Don't give in to perfection and procrastination. Number 5, break big tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. Number 6, rest as needed. Number 7, the grit. It is mentally tough. Know that it's going to be tough. Find a way to get through. Know that it's going to be tough. Find a way to get through. We got to push through. It's worth it. What you're trying to do is worth it. So before we close it, do you always finish what you start? No. Again, if your vision changes, if your goals and objectives change, sometimes we have to pivot. That is prudent to do so. But this is why we measure and we constantly revise. We don't just make a plan and we go. We plan, we measure, we analyze, we adjust. So this has been finish what you start. What I'd like to know is, what's the big thing? This is my question for you today. What's the big thing that's going to pull you to help you finish what you start? What is the big thing that's pulling you that's going to help you finish what you start? My name is Dale Myers with Vision Advanced. So humble that you would be with me today. Take care. Talk to you soon. Oh yeah. Thumbs up. Subscribe, please. Holla.